Okay, guys, and we're back here with round two. We have Donnie Wilkinson on your left playing Mono Black Devotion versus Jackie Lee on your right also playing Mono Black Devotion. So the epitome of standard right here with the Mono Black Devotion mirror.
Yeah, I think there are a couple differences. Donnie has a Whip of Erebus in his main.
That could certainly be interesting here, as you can whip back Gray Merchant and stuff. Looking at Jackie Lee's list, she is running the full set of Mutavault, the full set of Thoughtseize. She is playing Farika's Cure main deck, 2 of them, the full set of Devour Flushes, and then everything else in the standard Mono Black deck. And then her sideboard consists of Lifebane Zombie, Dark Betrayal, Farika's Cure, Erebos, and Duress. So a very well-rounded Mono Black deck. A little bit different than a typical Mono Black deck as seen by Max Brown at the previous Invitational.
Yeah, Donnie's deck here seems. I mean, other than the whip, which has fallen out of favor, I think most of the other cards here are pretty much the same. Counts might be different. 3 Duress on the board, 3 Dark Betrayal, 2 Erebus, 1 Doomblade, 3 Lifebane Zombie, 3 Farika's Cures, all in the sideboard, and no Farika's Cures in the main. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, I think he has one main board ultimate price.
And the players are shuffling up here. It appears they are drawing their hands, and they're looking at their hands. So I think there was already a die roll. We must have missed it. And Jackie Lee's hand appears to have lands and removal spells. I do not see any... Oh, no, a Gray Merchant. And Donnie's hand seems to also have...
he has a Pack Rat.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
2 lands and a Pack Rat. Yeah, it seems like a good mirror card.
We'll see, if he decides to, if he keeps that, we'll see if he decides to just run it out or try to play a round Devour Flesh and wait till he has 5 mana.
Yep, and Jackie Lee is going to lead off here with a Temple and scribe the card to the bottom, once again showing the power of these temples, allowing you to manipulate your deck.
And he leads with Thoughtseize. He's gonna get in that hand. I mean, that's a pretty good start.
Jackie reveals 2 Swamps, Temple, Gray Merchant, Devour Flesh, and Hero's Downfall. I am not 100% sure what is in Donnie's hand, but I believe if you take the either the Devour Flesh or the Downfall here, Jackie Lee is not going to have anything to do until turn 5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if he takes the Devour Flesh, it opens the way for a... Oh no, he still can't play Pack Rat because she'll still be able to downfall it before he can...
As she is on the play, yeah. It looks like he's going to take the Gray Merchant and leave her just with removal spells and no pressure. Not a bad line here. And then it's going to drop down to 18 from the Thoughtseize. Jackie Lee will play another Temple and is contemplating on this card, and it appears that she is putting it to the bottom.
Yeah, it's probably just something that was not action, maybe lands.
Yeah. Donnie's going to opt to not play his Pack Rat and pass the turn.
I like that play there. I mean, he got her with 2 removal spells, so...
Getting it up to enough mana so you can play it and activate it in the same turn is going to be certainly relevant. And we are in a draw-go game right here, which is certainly favoring Jackie Lee right now. She's holding her removal spells and unknown cards, and we know Donnie has the pressure. Jackie drew a Underworld Connections and is enchanting the Swamp. Yeah, that is a large source of card advantage right now for her.
Let's see if he can follow suit.
He's going to tap 4. He's going to play a Whip, the card we talked about previously. That is going to give all his creatures lifelink and allow him to whip back stuff. Jackie Lee's going to pay a life to activate her makeshift Phyrexian Arena over there, so she will drop to 19.
Yeah, the whip probably won't do anything very soon, seeing as how she does have multiple removal spells, and unless he feels wants to play the Pack Rat into removal and then whip it back and possibly make more. Very nice play.
Yeah. Jackie is going to play her 3rd Temple here to scry again. This is a lot of card manipulation, but also it is going to throw her off. Her being on the play, usually yielding an extra mana, which is not going to be doing that this game.
Yeah, I mean, Donnie's deck only plays three Skylands altogether.
Yeah, looking at Jackie's deck, she's actually playing 5 Scrylands, 4 Temple of Deceit, and 1 Temple of Silence for the white. And Donnie is going to play a underworld of his own on his swamp, and his underworld is appears to be Japanese, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
He's gonna
looks like he needed to
activate
do it
here.
'cause he, I think he missed his 5th land there.
Oh, I think he did. You were correct. So he's going to drop down to 17 off of his underworld connections after his Thoughtseize.
Yeah, missing the land drops and having all pressure, no removal in his hand seems definitely going to be favoring her.
It appears he has a Desecration Demon in his hand, which could be very good right now as he has the whip to whip it back, and it's going to have lifelink, maybe making Jackie pay 2 removal spells on it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean that kind of life gain could be exactly what he needs to get back into it, so that he can activate his underworld connections more times than her.
Jackie's going to play the Swamp here, and is going to go in the tank about what she wants to play here. Tapping 2. And there he is, Mr. Packrat. This could be very problematic for Donnie if he does not have a removal spell for the Packrat and its twin that's about to come out. This game could end very quickly.
Oh yeah, he definitely needs 2 removal spells, like right now.
I mean, this almost feels kind of like a limited game with, you know, the little amount of action that's going on right now. But everyone knows, you know, Packrat and Limited is just a force to be reckoned with. And, he's going to activate Underworld Connections here and pay a life and drop down to 16 off of his Underworld, digging for that land again.
But did he find it?
He did not, but he found a Nightveil Spectre, which seems very good in this matchup, as you are going to almost assuredly be able to cast all of your opponent's spells.
Yeah, I think maybe he was just trying to get her to use removal instead of make a rat, but looks like she's not falling for it.
And she is making a rat here and activating her own Underworld, dropping herself down to 18. And we have 2/2/2 rats right now, and I like her rat tokens over there. So she's going to place her land for the turn once again, and she is going to go into the red zone with the 2 pack rats that can possibly become 3/3s.
I think they could even become 4/4s.
Yeah, she could double activate here. This could be lethal very quickly.
Yeah, this game could definitely get out of hand very fast. Yeah, this is why I think the new BioBlade card in Born of the Gods will be very good. It just answers back
Yeah, I mean,
very easily.
very much.
As long as their 3/3s are smaller.
I mean, in this situation, she goes to activate once. She goes to activate again with the activation on the stack. You kill all 3 of her rats.
Yeah.
And then she's just left with, you know, a 1/1, which could be answered by a simple removal spell. I mean, yeah, I certainly agree.
Yeah, looks like I think she only wants to make them 3/3s, just enough to hinder his blocking if he decided to do that.
He is going to once again go in the tank here and think about what he wants to do. It is relevant that his creatures do have lifelink in this racing scenario. That whip could be playing a large role, so it appears he is going to take the 6 damage and drop down to 10.
Yeah, I don't think he really has too much of a choice. It's either let his guy die or try to swing back for, you know, a 4-point life swing to gain some life.
Yeah, I would agree. He is going to attack with the Nightveil Spectre. We could be seeing a Devour Flesh here from Jackie, which I would think is going to happen here, as Hero's Downfall could potentially be saved for a later threat. And she is in Flesh. And that will get sacked, and Donnie is going to gain 2 life off of that, so he will go back up to 12. It's just as if...
He gains 3, right? Because of toughness?
Is it power or toughness?
I believe it's toughness. It's toughness, so he's gaining 3.
Yep, he is going to gain 3 off of that. Shows my standard knowledge.
He's got an Erebus.
And there comes Erebos, saying that Jackie Lee can't gain life, and Whip is going to give him lifelink. But it's also very important to know that with Erebos, he's tapping out for his turn, and he only has 3 devotion. Oh, no, he has 5, actually, from the Underworld. So Erebos is active with lifelink. Jackie's going to pay 1 and drop to 17.
Yeah, this is definitely going to make attacking with those rats very difficult.
And Hero's Downfall is just not going to do anything to that Erebos as it is indestructible.
Yeah, especially since she just played the Devour Flesh.
Erebos was one of the few lines that really could have screwed up her play right there, but it definitely did.
Oh, she had another one anyway.
And
he's going to gain
6.
Gain 6 life, go up to 19. Big game. Do you think that she had the other Devour Flesh when she cast the original one?
I am not sure. I could not see her hand, but regardless of whether she had it or not, it is certainly great play on Jackie Lee's part.
Oh yeah, especially she got rid of the one lone Erebus in his main deck.
And Jackie Lee has 3 mana right now. Oh, she is playing that, so she has 6 mana. So she could possibly come in here for 15, I believe.
And he has 1 land open. They both know that there's really nothing that can be done with 1 land.
Yeah, Dark Betrayal is not in the main deck of either player.
Oh, she's activating.
She is activating once, we know that. Is she going to pitch the Downfall here? I think she is. I think that's what I'd pitch, because you're just so far ahead at this point. No, she's going to pitch a second Underworld.
I like that better than Downfall.
Yeah, I mean, I did not know she had that, so yeah. And there's our 3rd rat, or our 4th rat.
So now she's attacking for 12. Let's see.
Will we see another activation?
It looks like she's just going to let it hit him for 12 and maybe hold up to try to draw a card.
Yeah, it seems like a fine play for her right now.
She's considering. Oh.
Is she going for it again? I think she is here. She's going to discard something now. Yep, there goes the Downfall. And a 5th rat's going to come out and make that hit turn from 12 to 15.
Oh, yeah. Let's bring him down to 4.
He is decked down to 4.
I'm not 100% sure if there are any cards that save him at this point.
I would agree.
Looking at his deck list, I can't think of a combination that saves him, but it's his deck. You might know.
I mean, you always play to your outs. I mean, even if your opponent drawing an extra card and losing a game lost in competitive REL, you always play to your outs. And Jackie Lee is going to win game 1 as she turns Whip around and takes a good look at it. Probably not the most opportune time to do that right now, but always great to get a look. And Jackie Lee will go up 1 game to 0 in our first game. So let's talk about sideboarding here. How about you start off with Donnie and what you think he's going to bring in, Jeremy?
Well, I don't think he's gonna necessarily want as many Devour Flesh, especially the way she played that game. She didn't play the Pack Rat until she was able to activate it, and it's definitely. I mean, he's not gonna bring in this Doomblade. He may bring in Duress. He's definitely bringing in Dark Betrayal. Dark Betrayal is just insane in this matchup. Yeah, I mean, they seem pretty straightforward. It's tough to tell. A lot of these decks don't like Whip, but he has it in his main, so we don't know if it's where he wants to be or not. But it didn't seem to help him too much game 1.
For Jackie's list, I definitely see Jackie bringing in Dark Betrayal also. She has 3 of those. And also Erebos. Erebos is very good in this matchup as it turns off your opponent's Grey Merchant, and it's a 5/6 undestructible beater against a deck that primarily relies upon removal spells.
Yeah. He has two of his own to bring in from the side to bring him up to a total of 3.
It's also relevant to notice that watching Owen Turtenwald's videos on Channel Fireball, as I do sometimes, Owen likes to bring in Lifebane Zombie against decks like this in the mono black because it's an unanswerable threat sometimes that it just gets in for 3. I mean they can block it with Intimidate, but I mean it's a beater.
Yeah, no, I'm not 100% sold. I mean, maybe if you feel like you're on the play and want to get aggressive, But it's not very unanswerable because of the Dark Betrayal.
I mean, when you think of 3 though, I mean, you think it's going to trade with a Spectre. It's going to be able to trade with a Spectre. It's going to be able to get in past most pack rats. I mean, it may not be correct to bring it in here. But I have seen it before.
I agree. It's definitely a line whether or not you want to take the aggressive role or you want to take the defensive role. And I think this is definitely a deck that can take two different roles, and we'll see which roles they decide to take.
Freakish Cure probably not coming in this matchup, as it does not kill the relevant things such as Desecration Demon and Nightfell Spectre.
Yeah.
And I imagine Duress is also not coming in, as the removal spells in this matchup aren't that relevant. I mean, both players are going to have enough removal most of the time. I mean, the main way to win in this matchup is with a pack rat, which is unanswerable by removal. So, I mean, I do not see Duress coming in.
Yeah, no. This matchup seems like it's very much about trying to win with creatures and trying to stop them from winning from creatures.
So we're going to reset our life totals back to 20 here, and we are going to go in game 2, where I assume Donnie will be on the play as he is the choice, and I cannot imagine a reason why you would want to draw in this matchup.
No, especially trying to get enough lands out there to try to get a pack rat and be able to activate it.
Yeah, Donnie's stumble on lands may have definitely hindered his chances of winning that game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she just got out there. She didn't miss a land drop, I think, possibly ever in the match, and
yeah, she just.
And the pack rats would be able to really show the power of pack rat with all the lands.
The key to that win by Jackie Lee, I really think, was the scry lands. I mean, she kept a hand that I felt was really mediocre with 2 removal spells and Grey Merchant, and then after getting Thoughtseize,
multiple scry lands though.
Those scry lands just are incredibly powerful for Standard right now. I mean, I don't think they're quite good enough for Modern, and definitely not good enough for Legacy. But being able to manipulate your deck in a format as this one is just amazing.
Yeah, especially if it's a slower field, which I believe that this kind of is.
And Donnie is going to look at a hand of no lands.
It looks like he decided to bring in some Duress.
Yeah, he did. Duress could possibly hit a removal spell, or looking at else in Jackie's deck list, it also hits Underworld connections, which can be important.
Yeah, it hits Underworld. I guess that could be a big deciding factor for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Or maybe just the knowledge. Just the knowledge in general could be, a very, very big thing.
I mean, knowing when to go all in a pack rat in this matchup seems very relevant. So he is going to mull down to 6, and it appears Jackie Lee is keeping, and she is going to shuffle his deck and give it back to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's on the mull and down a game. It doesn't seem too promising right now, but he's not out yet.
And he is going to lead off with a swamp, and as is Jackie Lee, so no turn 1 plays from either player. Another swamp.
Let's see what he does here. Oh,
he's going all in.
I mean, it's fair. Maybe he feels like he's on a mull. He has to just hope for the best, I guess.
I mean, in the matchup where I think Farika's Cure comes out, I mean, that pack rat on turn 2 is just very, very good.
Yeah, it's definitely fair. I mean, if he gets to untap with it, it's just brutal. Granted, he has a 3rd land. I don't see a 3rd land.
And we are at the pack rat games over here. And does he have the 3rd land? He has 1 card in the edge of his hand, which I can't make. No, I think it's a Hero's Downfall. I do not think it's a land.
Maybe he at least has a. Does that look like a Dark Betrayal?
Yes, that's a Dark Betrayal on her pack rat. He is going to get in there for 1 and put Jackie Lee down to 19. A very slow clock, but I mean, it's not. And he follows up with a Duress that he brought in. And this is a very good Duress, as he's going to be able to take that Underworld connections and just leave her with, just some pressure over there and no removal spells.
Yeah. What do you think? She's probably gonna go for the Night Veil here, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing she can cast next turn, so I'm pretty sure that's what she's going to go for. And then the question after that is whether she wants to go into Erebos and the Grey Merchant, or whether she's going to hit a removal spell and want to play that.
Or just decide to hold off on Grey Merchant as long as possible.
I mean, Grey Merchant's is like one of those cards similar to Brainstorm and Legacy. The later the game goes on, the better it's going to get.
Yeah.
And there's the Night Veil, as we said. And is he going to have a removal spell for this Night Veil is the question.
Is he going to have
He draws a Nykthos. That is very relevant right now, as it gives him reach later in the game.
Yeah, it looks like he has a 1 of Nykthos in his deck. Is she packing any?
I do not see any Nykthos from Jackie Lee over here. I see her land package is 17 swamps, 4 mutable, and the temples, as we have said.
Oh, he's going for the
Underworld
connections. That's fair, seeing as how the rat isn't going to be big enough to get through the Night Veil. But I guess there's arguments to be said to make a rat and then next turn make another rat and start attacking from there.
Oh yeah, for sure. So he is going to get attacked by flipping a Night Veil. That's brutal, knowing that she has Erebos and Grey Merchant. Yeah.
Let's see if she's going to cast it. And seeing as how it's a mirror match, that Night Veil is going to be able to cast every single spell it flips.
Yeah, as we said in the first game, especially when they bring in Dark Betrayal, like hitting your opponent with their Night Veil Spectre, then flipping their Dark Betrayal, killing their own creature, just seems.
Looks like she's got a Thoughtseize. He has a.
I think if I'm her, I just kind of go and I take the
Erebos.
I would probably say the Erebos, because I mean, yeah, you just have enough creatures at this point that it's probably not going to matter. Yeah. Let your Grey Merchant go live.
Yeah, just because he already has 3 devotion. Once he plays the Erebus, he only needs 1 more just to get it live and start attacking. I'd be willing to bet that she drops her own Erebus next turn.
And that Night Veil got in for 2. My apologies, and she Thoughtseized. So Jackie Lee is going to drop down to 17, and Donnie is at 18. Apologies on the slow life totals. And suddenly a game that we thought Donnie was so favored in with his turn 2 pack rat is just, turning into a nightmare with him, with Jackie Lee flipping a Night Veil Spectre off of Donnie's library. Like, being able to get 2 extra cards a turn is just incredible in a matchup that's so dependent on removal spells. He's going to go for the second pack rat. So now we have 2 copies of the actual card pack rat, allowing them for to be 2/2s here. And he's just going to pass. I do not know what he is trying to accomplish here, but yeah. And he did indeed, did he activate? No, I don't think he did. He played pack rat and then he activated, so yeah, he's at 17 also.
Yeah, again, he's just missing a lot of lands here in these matchups.
He's getting hit for 4, and it's gonna flip Thoughtseize and Swamp.
Yes, the swamp I think is a big deal. The double Night Veil could continue to hit his lands and take them and really just wreck the rest of this game for him.
And Jackie Lee's double Night Veils are just putting in so much work right now. It's incredible. She's gonna cast the Swamp and his own Thoughtseize to drop herself down to 15 from the second Thoughtseize, and leaving Donnie at 13, but just ripping apart his hand here. And there is Erebos, right in time.
Yes, and he's live.
He is as live as can be. And Donnie's going to drop to 12 by activating his Underworld here, hoping to hit something.
He needs a land. I think he found a Mutavault. Yep, he did. He found a Mutavault, which is fortunate because it doesn't produce black mana.
And he's one short of actually making that Nykthos prop. No, yeah, I keep forgetting about Underworld. Right now, he can activate Nykthos for 4 black mana, which is what he appears to be doing.
I think he's activating Pack right here.
No, I think he's going.
Okay, that's fair.
He's going for Nykthos. He's adding 4 black mana here. He's going to downfall one of the Night Veils, which is actually going to turn Erebos off, as it will only have 4 devotion.
Yeah, let's let someone know that Night Veil does not go to her graveyard because he targeted his own.
Oh yes, good catch, man. Good catch. Jackie Lee's gonna get hit for 4 off of that. And it appears not to matter, as Grey Merchant is just going to come in and win this game for Jackie Lee, and she's going to go up. But sir up, and she gave the card back to him. But yeah, certainly good catch by you, Jeremy. I did not see that at all.